But there's only a few sleeps left until the man in the big red suit comes to visit good boys and good girls all over the world. But have you ever thought about just how he manages to visit maybe 100 million chimneys in one 24-hour period? Well, that's a question that's been occupying the mind of Dr. Larry Silverburg. He's a professor of mechanical and aerospace engineering in the North Carolina State University in the US.
Well, with respect to the sleigh and the reindeer, we believe there are jet packs on the side of the reindeer and on the side of the sleigh that propel the sleigh-reindeer system. In our theory, the sleigh-reindeer system is inside a relativity cloud, and within the relativity cloud, it only needs to travel about 84 miles an hour. And so these jet packs that are positioned on the sleigh and reindeer are sufficient to propel the system at that speed.
He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good.
Of course, as any vehicle owner will tell you, a relativity cloud isn't much use unless your vehicle is made out of good stuff.
Some of the materials that are used on the sleigh, I think you're alluding to the sleigh, some of those advanced materials which are just lighter, stronger, and can even deform and kind of deform a little bit depending on the wind so that you're a little bit more aerodynamic. Certainly he's using kind of titanium-like materials. With respect to the toys, there he starts with basic materials. We think he's using soot from chimneys and the cookies that children leave out.
Let's go back to that phrase, relativity cloud. What does that mean?
We believe that Santa is well-versed in the principles of relativity, and based on relativity that he's developed these controllable domains of space and time called relativity clouds. And so Santa delivers the presents in 6 Santa months. We see the delivery in the wink of an eye.
So he bends Christmas time to suit himself?
To suit himself, and also to pull off this feat of delivering the presents to all of the children. We're talking about perhaps some 75 to 100 million children around the world. A good way to explain it is when you burn something, it turns into soot. And once it's turned into soot, you would think it would be impossible to bring it back. That's an irreversible thermodynamic process. But if you look at things at a very, very small scale and follow the entire transition when you burn something, and through electromagnetics have the ability, as you're tracking it, to kind of reverse that process, in a sense, you have converted irreversible thermodynamic processes into reversible ones. And that ability is central to his nano toy maker. He has this kind of nano manufacturing process that can grow presents right under the tree, wrapping and all, and these conversions from irreversible processes to reversible ones are part of the key of this nano toy maker.
So it's almost like he delivers the process and the magic happens under everybody's tree.
That's exactly right. It's prohibitive to carry all of the presents from the North Pole on the sleigh. The tonnage, the amount of weight would be just way too much. And so he's developed, based on a lot of technologies that we have to some extent, but not as advanced as him, he's developed this nano toy maker.
So, relativity clouds, thermodynamic processes, personal mental pipelines that Santa uses to get in touch with every boy and girl. What, for Larry, is the cherry on top?
Well, the most extraordinary thing is really his utilization of relativistic principles. A lot of the other things are advancements of our own technology, but these relativity clouds are really remarkable. We don't have the ability in relativity to convert those principles into engineering, but Santa, being technologically more advanced, has really learned how to control space, control time, and create those relativity clouds. I find that pretty